Dan.
Yes, mate.
I've got a round 2 stat for you.
Yeah.
Thought of this all by myself. We are one last-minute try from being in the top 4. One last-minute try from being in the bottom 4. Narrow margins this early.
Nice stats.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our great friends at Top Sport Tips, Zero Fucks Clothing, and onelittlefootyfan.com.au. Don't forget to check them out. Give everyone a little bit of love. Speaking of love, Dan, I love Rugby League being back.
How good is it? Round 2 is a new round 1 for me, because round 1 doesn't count.
No, round 1 doesn't count. You've seen some teams that had some good performances just drop off.
Oh yeah, Canberra Raiders played their grand final against us last week, turned up against the Cowboys. Atrocious.
Would you like to say that we took it out of the Raiders?
I would love to say we took it out of the Raiders. We took it out of the Raiders.
Yeah, look, some big news coming out of round 2 though. Injuries, you don't like to see them.
You hate to see them, mate.
No, you absolutely hate to see them. Andrew McCulloch dislocated elbow on Friday night.
Yeah, it didn't look like he enjoyed that.
No, and some more big news coming out. Brian Toto, best winger in the game at the moment. Best winger I've seen for a very, very long time. Out for up to 8 weeks. At least it's not the ACL.
No, look, it's not. Mitch Dunn, unfortunately, did his ACL and looks gone for the season. Look, injuries are part of the game, we know, but it's not much fun.
Yeah, look, and you got to take a positive with a negative for Brian Toto. He will be back before Origin. He gets the audition to come back and show that he can still play.
Look, that's
in the
true.
games.
Every time a player goes at a knee, Lachlan Fitzgibbon also, you think the worst. It's just what we're conditioned to think. When they come out and say, oh, it's only an MCL, it's only 8 weeks, you think, oh, that's lucky, and then you think, oh, not
it's still
really.
a third of the season.
Yeah,
8 weeks is still a third of the season.
It's not good. Look, well, unfortunately for everyone who isn't Penrith, they've got about 38 wingers that could step in straight away.
One of them's a plumber.
Look, yeah, I was going to say not Charlie Staines, but look, they won't. You know, it's fine.
They won't miss a beat from that.
No, the Dragons are the one I'm worried about. Not this weekend, but McCulloch's their only real recognised number 9. Moses and Byte played okay there this past weekend, but definitely not a first choice. It's just part of the game, unfortunately.
Look, and going for Penrith now, they've got Stephen Crichton or they've got Christian Crichton who can come in onto the wing as well. Stephen Crichton won them the grand final from the wing.
He did. Look, I think he's playing too well at centre. I think his brother will come on the wing, but good weekend of football, mate.
Yeah, absolutely enjoyable round of footy.
It's unfortunate to see Sir Fitz's son, Lachlan, get injured.
Dan, this the rules, the clawback of the rules has brought out the elite of the elite middles.
It certainly has, mate. We're seeing players play bigger minutes, but I mean, last year, momentum.
Yeah. 1
penalty, 2 penalties, 6 again, try. Oh, it's 30-0 before. You're not seeing it this season.
There's only been 2 blowouts, and Manly were involved in both of them.
That's a shame.
No, it's not.
That's a darn shame.
Yeah, absolutely not. Look, it could have happened to a nicer team, but I think this giving the penalties inside the 40 and now more penalties instead of 6 agains, because it just felt like last year that any little niggle the referee would just go, oh, bollocks, 6 again.
That's true.
Yeah. Now, the onus is back on the players, and you're seeing set restarts are down to like 3 each, but your penalty counts are about 8 each. I really like this. I think we've got the balance now. You and I spoke about it on the show when they brought the 6 again rule in, that we thought we were going to get over it really quickly. We did. We saw the season of blowouts last year. Tom Turbo set all sorts of records last year, and the NRL has gone, it's not sustainable, let's pull it back. They found the balance.
I think they have.
Yeah.
And it's not, often we go out of our way to praise the NRL, but this is brilliant. These opening 2 rounds have been fantastic. Not the greatest quality, but that's more on the teams than the rules. Whereas last year, it was 100% the rules.
Yeah, 100% it was. You're absolutely right there, like you always are, Dan.
Always.
But the middles, let's talk about them now. One middle that we purchased in particular, Dale Finucane, has made 90 tackles and hasn't missed one.
He's made the world of difference at Cronulla already. It's just seeing the footage of him running out, sprinting out, leading by example, breathing in, seeing the atmosphere. It's like he's been a Shark for 10 years. That difference to us already has made the world. The Cowboys looked a far better side with Tamalolo actually playing sustained minutes. I know there was an injury. Hopefully it didn't come to be because of that. But Tomo plays big minutes, they play well. I don't think that's a coincidence.
I don't think it is either. And now I want to say the Roosters got their balance right this week with their interchange bench. Now, Trent Robinson was criticised for putting Torquiaho and Warrior Hargraves on the bench. Masterclass. Absolute masterclass this week. He just got that balance right there. Josh Papali against us was incredible. He was Canberra's best.
Yep.
And you've seen them. James Fisher-Harris, as you said, unfortunate with the injury, probably take a week or two off.
Look, and it stunted Penrith. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still the far better side. But you just James Fisher-Harris, one hit up, game changes. He's that good.
Now, something for you as well about elite middles. Last week, Aaron Woods plays and the Dragons win. This week, he doesn't and the Dragons lose. I'm not saying Aaron Woods is the difference, but Aaron Woods is the difference.
Dan.
Talk to me.
Terry.
Talk to me, Dan.
Mate, let's do our favourite moments of the week. The highlight and the low light.
Yeah, look, I'm going to kick it off with the low light this week. And for mine, it's the Canberra Raiders performance. As we already mentioned, last week against Cronulla, they were near on perfect. Their completion rate, I don't know if it was the Townsville humidity or whatever it was, but it really got to them up there. Jack Whiten went from Daly M 6 of the year to New South Wales Cup real quickly. The dreadful performance from Canberra.
It was awful. Chad Townsend made a break.
I will say this. In the Cowboys halves combination, Tom Dearden, I wrote him off and said Scott Drinkwater should be there. Scott Drinkwater should be there now at the expense of Chad Townsend.
Look, I don't think there's any argument there.
What's the highlight?
The highlight, of course, is the return to Shark Park. 30,000 people. This sounded like 30,000 people. Fireworks, victory. But for me, Nicho Hynes kicking the game winner.
Nicho Hynes
kicking the game winner. Just felt so good in here.
Speaking of Nicho Hynes, let's talk some black, white and blue.
Let's talk black, white and blue, mate.
What was it like to be there?
Let's get the negatives out of the way, Terry. Huge crowd means lots of people, obviously. Unfortunately, meant lots and lots of lines. Look, we got there early because we saw it coming. Lots of facilities are no longer there. Lots of bathrooms are no longer there. They have to do something, mate, because the lines were at the point. People were missing the majority of the game. Now, look, if I spend more than 5 minutes in a line, it's not meant to be. Get back to your seat, watch the game, drink and eat after. But if you got kids and they're waiting on pie and chips,
creams, yeah.
it left a real sour taste for a lot of people. Not me personally, but it was all over the Facebook groups.
Yeah, it apparently got so bad. Dino Mezzatesta jumped behind the bars to put his hands up.
Look, which is great. Someone yelled, get behind the bar, and he said, all right. So good on him for that. But they're going to double at least. Look, there's not going to be a crowd like that next game because we're playing Newcastle and it's 6 o'clock on a Friday night. So we'll probably get away with it. But by the time we play the Tigers, it'll be another sellout in the sun. We'll win 50-0, hopefully. Well, definitely. Got to get it right.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'm glad we returned to Shark Park, but from what I heard, the facilities clearly aren't there for the big games on there.
Not for the big games. You can't take away half the facilities for a 30% drop in the crowd or 20%. It just doesn't make sense. Look, it didn't ruin my day, and I don't think, considering what ended up happening, you can complain too much, but it's definitely worth looking at.
Yeah. Now, look, the positives out of the game, there were so many of them as well. We already highlighted him. Dale Finucane is the biggest highlight for me. That guy is an absolute weapon.
He's a machine. He's a tackling machine.
90 tackles for 90 completed tackles.
And it wasn't like he just tackled. He's the first one to put his hand up. And his ball movement.
Yeah. Line speed, he's directing our line speed. He made it a personal mission to not only hit Junior Paulo, but Regan Campbell-Gillard as well.
It did. Mate, we haven't had a pack leader like that since Fafita's heyday. And, we're not saying
Gallen,
that. Or Gallen, that's exactly right. Now, when we signed him, we knew it would be good, but I don't think we took into account just how good.
No, when we signed Dale Finucane, I was like, great, there's our middle defence cleaned up. But I didn't realise that also meant our line speed improved, our goal line defence impenetrable.
Like last year, we lose that game on Saturday by 20 points.
And we literally did to Parramatta last year. When they had the weight of the possession, they beat us 28-4.
That's it. I wasn't worried when we were on our line. The only try they scored in the first half was a genius chip and chase.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, that doesn't come off because it bounced perfectly and both bat on and catch were freaky good. I don't mind conceding tries like that. It's going to happen. You can't stop it. Last year, they would have rolled and rolled and rolled and scored try after try. We gave them too much ball. This year, the world of difference.
So there was a stat brought up, because I watched the game from my comfy lounge room, but there was a stat brought up 10 minutes into the second half. Parramatta had 33 tackles inside our 20, and we'd had 3 inside theirs, and the only try that they scored came from 50 out.
That's fantastic.
And then their other tries that they scored against us was from a left edge, 30 metres out.
It's going to happen. Look,
yeah.
You know, Nico was wrong-footed. It was a good step by Sean Lane, to his credit. So if you're going to concede those points each week, okay, so be it. But that goal line defence, it just, mate, it made me so happy.
Yeah, look, I had a personal vendetta against one player last week as well, and I literally blew myself up on saying it. But full credit to him, Blake Brayley was arguably our best player if Dale Finucane was dead.
He was genius.
Yeah.
Nico Hines, for the record, the most lovable bloke in the world. I just want to get him a present.
I'm going to say the most lovable bloke in the world is Toby Rudolph.
He's the only one that comes close.
Yeah.
The way the fans mobbed him in the crowd. Okay, look.
He's probably going to get a fine in the mail.
Who cares? I'll pay it.
Yeah.
Let's start a GoFundMe for Toby's fine if he gets one. Jumping in, and we'll cop and grief from opposition fans going, oh, you're celebrating like it's a grand final. One, we won a game, shut up Tigers fans. And two, it was a really good game. And three, we haven't played at home for like
930 days.
That's been pent up inside. Now, I went to a lot of games at
That was Toby's first game at Shark Park as well.
Quite a few of them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
While we're talking about positives, Connor Tracy.
Yeah, I was on record of saying that I really wanted Ronaldo in the centres and Ikavalu.
How dare you?
Yeah, I now want Connor Tracy and Ronaldo there. And I don't care if they swap or whatever, but geez, Connor Tracy makes the world of difference. And I know Ikavalu was really strong against Canberra,
very good.
but Connor Tracy's, yeah.
His heart.
How dare we question Sir Fitz?
Yeah, that's on us.
That is on us, yeah.
Look, this week though, we've got a suspension. Teague Wilton, he played on the edge a few times there.
He did.
With a tackle. I believe they're going to accept the week. You don't fight that judge.
What are your thoughts on that?
We were there live, and my initial was, you flip.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that? Dead stone cold penalty. There's no question.
I've seen a lot of Sharks fans defending this, saying, but he caught him and put him on the ground. Doesn't matter whether he caught him and cuddled him to bed. It's a penalty. He was in the air. He grabbed him by the legs. It's an absolute no-go. And you can't turn around and go, oh, yeah, but, it's a black and white. Yes, it is a black and white rule. You've got to protect the legs of the kickers. You don't want Tony Kane happening again.
No, I'm absolutely okay with that.
Yeah.
But I do want to call out Parramatta fans here for a second. They said that the Sharks, how dare us. I believe we're the first team to ever do this in the 100-plus years of rugby league, to target the halfback.
Yeah, exclusive. Sharks players target Parramatta's best playmaker.
Best player, we're despicable.
Yeah. Speaking of best players as well, look, I know he divides a lot of opinion, but Clint Gutherson was absolutely brilliant for Parramatta last night.
But my favourite Gutho moment from the weekend was getting absolutely mugged off by
Teague Wilton.
Twice.
All in all, Cam McInnes coming back as well. His return,
Very good.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. And he's 16 from 16 in his tackles. Aiden Tolman off the bench, 38 from 40 tackles. Blake Brayley, game high 54 tackles. Toby Rudolph only missed 3 tackles, and that's probably a career low for Toby.
Mate, how good is it to not be talking about missed tackles as the number one?
Yeah, I want to say a player who really redeemed himself as well, Jesse Raymond. Every time he got the ball, I thought he was making a break.
Look, that's true. Nico Hines made about 30 half breaks. He's going to cut someone apart soon. Hopefully this Thursday night. It's not so big a deal. But look, the big question this week, we're going to miss Teague.
Yep.
I think Talakai goes straight in there. I think that's a like for like, easy enough, because Wade's not going to be back. Does open up a spot on the bench, and I dare say that Mr. Tricky Trindle is coming back. Does he nab that spot?
Oh, look, I think possibly.
Don't commit.
I wouldn't be surprised though. The Dragons, they're not a very good forward pack, but they do have a big forward pack. Wouldn't surprise me to see Royce Hunt back in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't begrudge him. And if Trindle, who's had 2 weeks off now, does go back through Newtown, so be it.
Yep.
Look, again, Luke Metcalf was fantastic for the Jets. So maybe he goes up, Trindle goes in.
Yeah, I think, and this is the way that coaches do things, obviously. But Luke Metcalf has gone to the Warriors next year. Trindle's there. We're probably going to play Trindle first.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that if there is an injury in the back line, we do have a guy like Luke Metcalf who's absolutely he's way too good for New South Wales.
Yeah, he is. It's cheating. But look, all in all, mate, a very, very positive week. And my hand keeps cramping up like this.
Yeah, look, it was just great. People are going, "Oh, is Up Cronulla the worst song ever?" I don't think it is. I can't think of any other team's songs. What do they sing when they finish?
Don't care.
The only one I know is Canberra, You'll Bleed Green, and that's really catchy.
That's a rubbish song.
But it's really catchy.
Look, it is.
It's not as catchy as Up Cronulla.
No, well, nothing is. Now, I just want to call out the Roosters. We are the Roosters, the red, white and bluesters.
No. But
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. But just one last thing on there. Look, obviously Dan spoke about the negativity. If you're at the game and you cop the bar lines, the toilet lines or whatever, knock us out in the comments. We want to read it.
Please let us know. We'll pass on to the club. They listen. We are influencers.
Yeah, absolutely we are. But don't forget to heckle us. We love it as well.
Go the Shark.
Dan.
Talk to me, Terry.
It's time for some top sport tips.
Now, I say a lot of segments are my favourites, but this genuinely is. And before we start, Terry, can I just say, what a lovely uniform.
Thank you, Dan. Look, we had a really, really good week on Top Sport this week. If you followed us, we absolutely mugged them off.
Mugged them off.
Between Dan and I, we tipped every game.
We certainly did.
And it's time to do it again. It's time to line your pockets. Make sure you're following us on this because my Top Sport bank account right now is at an all-time high. And we start with the main event.
The main event's good to get it out of the way early.
It is. Dragons and Sharks, Friday night, Wynn Stadium. You and I are looking for a way to get down there.
Look, if anyone's driving or got a private helicopter, please send
Rich Ossington, please give us a buzz. But look, this is going to be a fantastic game. The Dragons, sensational in round one, gave Penrith a real good, 20-6 at halftime. You think this could be 40?
Yeah, he did. I certainly did. Yeah. And they fought back. But like I said, no Aaron Woods, no Dragons.
Yeah, and he's still missing as well. Andrew McCulloch out there. Don't know what they're going to do. Do they put Ben Hunt in there? Have they got someone else they can promote?
I don't know.
Because Clune was their halfback last year, but he's playing sensational.
Yeah, he's playing. It's a good one.
Yeah, he's really good. Look, obviously the bias in me says that we are going to beat Little Brother in this one. I'm going to pick the Sharks in this pretty comfortably.
Look, I just want to point out that the local derby's about a million miles that way. I'm going to tip Dragons because jinx, jinx, jinx.
Brilliant.
Hope you lose.
Love it. Oh, God, what a way to start your Friday.
Don't do it to me, Terry.
Oh, do you want to know who's playing?
No, thank you.
The Tigers are playing at 6 o'clock on a Friday against the Warriors. Now, Dan, talk to us about the Tigers.
Look, the Tigers don't like them much, which is why, look, people that tuned in to see me wearing Tigers gear tonight was going to be the night. Unfortunately, the provider of said merchandise, because I ain't buying it, fell ill and was unable to pass on. So we're going to do it next week. All things hope, fingers crossed. Feeling the Tiger, the eye of the Tiger, if I do say so. I'm going to tip the Warriors.
Look, I don't want to tip anyone in this game. I'm going to go the Tigers.
You can go the Tigers.
You
got that on camera, yeah?
Yeah, I've got it on camera. I'm going to go the Tigers.
No screen caps. But yeah, next week, guys, if you got any $2, if everyone watching this puts in $2, we'll quadruple what we want.
I mean, we'll probably be able to cure world hunger.
That's it. Let's do it, guys. Get behind a good cause and embarrass Dan.
Friday night, this is a blockbuster. This is what you want. Bunnies and the Roosters. Look, the Rabbitohs are 0 from 2, really inconsistent. Unlucky against the Storm. Everything's pointing to a fantastic sellout, blockbuster game. And the Rabbitohs, look, they're not as good as I thought they were going to be. I thought they wouldn't miss a beat without Adam Reynolds. They are missing a lot of beats there. They're also missing a lot of beats from Dane Gagai.
Yeah, look, they're missing that link up on the outside. And look, Jackson Paulo was maligned by his own fan base this week. We don't encourage that.
No.
But look, yeah, they're missing.
Look, fantastic to come back and get themselves into it. If anyone was going to kick that 40-metre field goal, it was Latrell.
It certainly was. That rule is tailor-made for Latrell Mitchell. He kicked that so hard, and as soon as he kicked it, he turned back and he ran. He knew it was going to
I mean, it doesn't matter where, 10, 15 metres back, that was still going over. But he had a shocking night with the boot.
Yeah, look, he did.
So he redeemed himself on there. Now, they also had the 40-metre field goal against the Panthers in the grand final that Adam Reynolds absolutely shanked. If Latrell Mitchell was there, they're probably going to go on point.
Look, they probably do, and from what happens there, who knows? But this game, these fans hate each other, mate. I don't get the animosity. I like to befriend everyone.
Yeah, except Dragons fans, and Tigers fans, and Newcastle fans.
Cowboys.
Parramatta.
Don't like Penrith.
Manly.
Oh, Manly. I forgot Manly.
Melbourne.
Who are we forgetting?
Canterbury.
Broncos.
Yeah, Warriors.
But otherwise, it's
we're all good.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tip the Roosters in this one. I think they just found a little bit of form there. I know he's got the 6 on his back, but Sam Walker was playing a lot more like the halfback.
He certainly was. Sammy Walker, he's a good kid. He'll play Origin. Yeah, me too. The tricolours for mine. I think this will be a big crowd. I think this will be a dire start as they beat each other senseless. Then we're going to see lots of points.
And that's the thing, they're going to beat each other senseless, and then the Roosters are going to bring on Torquiaho and Jared Waerea-Hargreaves.
They will.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game.
This is a great start to our Super Saturday because it's like on Friday night we had teams 15 and 16 play against each other. This week we've got teams 1 and 2. And it's a surprising number 1.
Look, it certainly is. If you'd said pre-season that Newcastle were going to be the top of the table at any point, I would have said, nah, probably not. They deserve it.
They do deserve it. They're playing some good footy as well. And, before the game, obviously Ponga was ruled out, then David Clemmer gets ruled out as well. I thought, probably brings them back to the pack. And then I looked, they were playing the Tigers, so absolutely not. Yeah. They should have Ponga back. They should have Clemmer back. It's going to be an absolute ripping game. Nathan Cleary could be back for this game as well.
I'll tell you what. Newcastle, those fans, they are loud.
Yeah.
And they come in big numbers.
They're going to travel down as well. This is going to be another sellout game at Penrith.
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be real fun.
This is going to make my Saturday.
The sun will be shining, maybe.
This is going to make my Saturday absolutely fantastic just watching this game.
Newcastle, a chance of an upset?
I don't think so.
No,
I think Newcastle they're going good, but this is going to show us where they really are. The worst thing that could happen to Newcastle here is they get beat by 30.
Yeah, look, the cynic in me thinks they might be found out here, but I kind of hope this is close.
Yeah, I really want this to be like a 24-12, an absolute blockbusting game.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but I do think that if Cleary's back, you're probably going to see Newcastle getting a score put on. Yeah, and it's a chance for the Knights, Clifford, Clune, Randall, Ponga now to keep building on these combinations. Unfortunately, there's an injury to Lachlan Fitzgibbon. Tyson Frizzell looks like he's up for it this season as well, which is absolutely great. They just need to keep building on this now. But yeah, I think Penrith are going to do them.
Look, Penrith are going to go into every single game this year as a favourite until they hit Origin. They deserve that. I think they'll win, but Newey will be in this, mate, and I'm here for it.
Now, a question for you. If Nathan Cleary is fit and ready to go, does Sean O'Sullivan get that spot on the bench?
Yes, absolutely.
He has to.
He's been playing too well. Now, he didn't have the game this week that he did last week, but that's not bagging him because that was gigantic.
I mean, Dylan Edwards didn't have the game that he had in round 1 either, but he was still phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm real impressed with both these teams.
Yeah.
As you said, blockbuster 1 versus 2. I think it'll live up to the hype.
And they probably booked this game as a 3 o'clock game because they thought, Newcastle's going to be 0-2 or whatever.
Yeah, first for 16.
Yeah, but it's absolutely... I'm licking my lips at this game. This is brilliant. Speaking of brilliant, I'm spoiled here because at 5:30, the Melbourne Storm are playing the Parramatta Eels.
This will be fun. We've got 2 of the best fullbacks in the game with 2 of the worst haircuts in the game.
Yeah, Gutherson's haircut's okay now. He's shaved his head.
Bring back the man bun.
Bring it back, Gutho. Look, 2 really big forward packs as well. I just want to say this, after watching the game, watching the Eels, their forward pack, 10 out of 10.
Yep.
Their halves, 5 out of 10. Because Mitch Moses is a 10 out of 10 and Dylan Brown is a dud. I said it on a show last year that I think Dylan Brown will be in the Super League very soon. He will be. He's awful. He's atrocious. He offers nothing.
My rebuttal. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and their backs. Their back line is...
There's no point scorers. They need Mike Acebo back.
They've got a lot of injuries there as well, but I think Melbourne's got too much class for this.
Yeah, they certainly do. They are hitting their straps, and like Munster, just what difference he makes. And Harry Grant. Now, look, they had a pretty handy number 9 in Cameron Smith. I was looking at the stats, and there's about a 12-week break there when Melbourne didn't have the best number 9 in the world.
I mean, it's so unfair that last year's hooker of the year was Brandon Smith. They replace, Harry Grant's injured. They've got this Wishart kid.
Yeah, he comes in. He's
he's going to get huge money from someone.
I swear it's the 9 jersey in Melbourne. It's just got something.
There's something about it. If you're a dummy half, sign with Melbourne because you'll just turn into the best player in the competition. Harry Grant is probably odds-on favourite for the Dally M at the moment.
Yeah, he looks real good.
He's up for it this season. I think Melbourne are going to win this and win this convincingly.
Look, yes, absolutely. Mitch Moses needs the game of his life. This is a statement game for Parramatta because if they go down there and put up a real good fight, you start taking them seriously. But if they get beaten convincingly, Gonskis.
Yeah, and to finish off your Super Saturday, it's still a good game. Raiders versus Titans down there in the nation's capital. We've seen what the Canberra crowd does for the Canberra Raiders. But look, I am going to stick with the home team here. I want to stick with Canberra's form at home.
Hate it.
I know you do.
Hate it. Titans for me, this is the Jamal Fogarty revenge game, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, he's not playing, yeah.
They threatened to blow the Warriors away, especially the way they started. AJ Brimson, best player in the competition. Don't say anything. Love the bloke. Love their jersey too, just quietly. I think they'll win here.
Yeah, look, 2 really good forward packs. two halves combinations that are settling. Canberra should get their halfback back.
Look, can I just make a statement? David Fafita not living up to the hype.
But then he's going to have those games where he goes and scores like 900 tries.
Look, it'll be this weekend now that I've said that. But this is a bloke that should be playing every single week at that level, being the money's on. They kept using him as a decoy runner in the first half on the weekend, and I'm not here for that.
Yeah, look, Justin Holbrook, if he's going to earn his money, he's got to get David Fafita involved in the game every week.
Just give it to Fafita. Yeah. His stats have to be at the top of the thing.
That also can't be their only game plan, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm not an NRL coach. Titans for me, mate.
Yeah, Raiders for me. 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. A bit of a blockbuster, this game. It's the first game of the Rugby League Outlaws 4X Cup.
Look, everyone wants the premiership, but this is the prestigious one of them.
This is the prestigious one. Broncos versus the Cowboys at Suncorp Stadium. Packed Suncorp Stadium.
Ought to be huge.
Yeah, Broncos are 2-0.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be 3-0 at the end of this one.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think 1-17, they're a considerably better side. The Cowboys look very good, though, on the weekend. Tamalolo had a big hand in that, but young Nanai.
Yeah, he's a really, really good player. You can see why most of the teams in the competition are after him. I want to say the most surprising player for me in the first 2 rounds of this competition is Albert Kelly.
Look, yeah, he's been real good. I mean, the Bulldogs made a break. Looked like they were going to win the game or tie the game on the bell. And Albert Kelly said, "No, not tonight."
But he was everywhere. He was Mr. Everywhere for the Broncos, and like he took that intercept. Although in saying that, in round 1 he was 4 metres offside, but they didn't call it. They didn't take it back.
A try is a try.
But yeah, he's been really good, and he earned the right to be the number 6 for the Broncos. And he's standing up. He's showing why. Walters was really good off the bench.
Yeah, mate. This Brisbane side, we might have underdone them.
Nah, Brisbane are going to do enough to be the top of the bottom 4.
That's prestigious.
Yeah.
Well, they've only got to beat the other 3 Queensland sides, mate, and they win the Ford Cup.
That's the one you want to win. And then to finish...
Who are we tipping, by the way?
I'm going to tip the Broncos on this one. I already said it.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I said they're going to be 3-0.
Brisbane 3-0. That makes sense.
And to finish off the weekend... Look, 2 teams. One's in indifferent form. One's completely out of form. Manly versus the Dogs. Dan, I'll leave this one to you.
Look, Tommy Turbo has developed a reputation over the last year and a half as being the best player in the game. He's also got a reputation as belting the terrible sides and struggling mightily against the good ones. 2 good sides. Turbo's yet to really click in. Look, good sides are going to quell good players. That's goes game plans and stuff. If Turbo is a man of the match in this one, I'm not here. He'll be best on ground. Manly will win convincingly. The Bulldogs will have no answers for Turbo, and you'll see social media go ballistic. Yeah.
Now, look, the rules have brought Manly back. If one team's really struggled with the rules coming back into, the penalties coming back into it, has been Manly.
Such a shame.
Look, the Bulldogs' defence has been really good. It has been really good in the opening 2 rounds. I don't think Manly will have their complete way with it, but I do think that Manly will win this game and will, probably 13 plus.
Matt Burton will be licking his lips going down to, Four Pines Stadium this year. It changes every year. That place, the wind, on a still day, swirls.
Yeah, those bombs he was putting out were frightening.
Jason Saab is having a nightmare start to the year, and they're just targeting him. He's not going to sleep this week.
No, he won't. But the one thing is, Burton was putting those bombs up to Tessie New. He's putting them up to Turbo. He's probably going to swallow them.
Look, a bit of a difference in class, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Yeah, this could be fun, but for mine, Manly get on the board.
Yeah, I'm going to tip Manly on this one. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Punctured Media, our great friends at Top Sport, Zero Fucks Clothing, and onelittlefootyfan.com.au. Don't forget to check everyone out, like and subscribe, give everyone some love on the socials, except Dan and I. Absolutely trash us in the comments.
We don't deserve it, Terry.
Tell us what you think about it. Tell us what you think about the games. Are you following us on our tips? We want to know what your bank account looks like compared to Dan and ours. But Dan, your hand.
It keeps cramping, Terry. Rugby League, baby.